Hey everyone, today I have more r/entitled parents stories for you. We have entitled aunt tried to kill our dog, and entitled mother wants to use my car money for her debt. If you didn't already know, I'm doing an Amazon gift card giveaway, so make sure to subscribe if you want to win that gift card. Alright, jumping straight into our first story, we have entitled aunt tried to kill our dog. Back in September of 2008, my grandmother had a heart attack and had to be hospitalized. I had recently moved out of my parental home. My stepbrother, too, had moved out just a year earlier. When my dad and stepmom were taking turns staying with her in the hospital, my paternal aunt would just drop in for a few minutes, make small talk, and leave. She suggested that my dad should kill our dog Dennis. The reason she gave for this kick in the butt worthy advice was that Dennis was a black dog, and black dogs bring bad luck. What the actual heck? Her mother was obviously in the hospital because of the dog, and certainly not because, in spite of being diabetic and having a high cholesterol, she refused to stop stuffing her face with fried junk. My dad, of course, told her to shut her trap. Just a few days later, Grand Monster kicked the proverbial bucket. Cue insane willing and crying from my aunt, while going on and on about how she wouldn't have lost her mother if only that dang dog had been put down. You may wonder why she was so obsessed with killing Dennis. It's because Dennis had never really liked her, or her husband and son. He would growl at them when they came near him. He was a smart dog, and I guess he could sense what terrible people they were. Dennis was a mongrel, 24 inches at the withers, and weighed about 90 pounds. So of course when he growled, he appeared intimidating. She was also really jealous of him and always commented on how we were wasting money by feeding and caring for him well. Grand Monster's illness and subsequent death gave Crazy Aunt an opportunity to get revenge. I began to fear for Dennis as soon as I heard what that piece of crap had said. Since my stepbrother couldn't make it, I decided to take time off work and go to my dad's place. This was mostly to watch over Dennis and make sure Aunt and her family didn't get a chance to harm him. My dad made arrangements for the funeral, talked to the priest, etc., while stepmom and I cooked and got the house ready. My aunt was there too, but mostly milking the occasion for attention, being a crying, wailing basket case. She was still going on about how the dog had brought bad luck. However, when my stepmom told me to cook Dennis's chicken stew for him, while she took a bath and got dressed, Aunt began to act real funny. She would hang around the kitchen and near the food, on the pretense of making small talk with me. I just gave her monosyllabic responses, hoping she would F off. Just as I got the stew off the burner, I heard my dad walk in through the front door. He called out to me, probably needing my help with something. I began walking towards the front gate in a hurry. However, as I reached the door, I was overcome with a horrible feeling. In my haste, I had left Crazy Aunt alone with Dennis's food. I ran back to the kitchen with my dad asking me what the hell was wrong. I entered the kitchen to find that monumental pouring some sort of white substance into Dennis's chicken stew. My father took it from my aunt's hands and instantly identified it as a kind of rat poison. I watched that substance get dissolved into the stew and disappear, leaving no trace of foul play. If Aunt hadn't gotten caught, we would have surely lost our beloved family member. Aunt just stood there with a deer in headlights look on her face. I can't remember the last time I had seen my dad so angry. He told her she was to attend Grand Monster's funeral and then to never show him her face again, while I somehow overcame the urge to throttle her. My stepmom too had joined us and was told what happened. Aunt somehow stammered that she was doing what was right for the family, repeating the nonsense about black dogs bringing bad luck. Of course, no one was having it. My uncle arrived shortly afterwards, and in spite of being a grade A piece of crap himself, he did have the decency to look ashamed when he was told what his wife had tried to pull. My dad didn't speak to them for over 2 years. He only contacted them again when he found out that they were in a dire state financially. As for Dennis, the good boy lived a long and healthy life. He passed away last year at the age of 14, surrounded by those who truly loved him. I have to say, Dennis was a smart dog for sensing that that aunt was a piece of crap. The fact that she got so close to actually poisoning him just hurts my soul. Let me know what you all think down in the comments about that story and how you would react to that aunt almost poisoning your own dog. That was a crazy story, but we're not quite done yet. We have one more. And if you're not subscribed already, please just hit that subscribe button. You can undo it at any time. Doesn't take too long and it really helps me out. Our second story, entitled mother wants to use my car money for her debt. My entitled mother has a problem with money. She has about 10 credit cards and owes over $3,000 to her boss because she borrows money. I have to pay $1,250 to her each month for rent and pay all of my bills on my own, which is $50 for my phone and food and necessities. I try not to ask her for money unless I absolutely need it or can pay her back the next day. This leaves me with no savings and nothing left over by the time I get my last paycheck. Well, I'm getting promoted to a position with a slightly better pay, which could help me start saving for my future. The catch is, I have to have reliable transportation as I'm being transferred to a location that's 15 minutes away, instead of 5 minutes from my house, and in open availability. My mom drives our only car to work in the morning and doesn't return until evening, so I have to work the night shifts. I give just about all of my money to my mother just so we won't be homeless. I don't have money to do things with my friends, buy myself anything, and my job is very mentally and physically demanding. I basically do slave labor because everyone is seeing money except me. I have thought about getting another job, but I already work long hours and don't get much sleep during the day because my mom is a very loud person and talks to me and keeps the TV at max volume, etc. Asking her to be quiet does not help as she always says, "You're always asleep when I get home. You sleep all day. You're just lazy. When I was your age." Yeah, when you were my age, you were also doing crack. Well, my grandmother lives very comfortable and offered to give me my grandfather's car because he can no longer drive and I'm in need of a car to continue my career. I expect to stay with this company as the people in company take good care of its employees once they get promoted to management. Unfortunately, the car was stolen before we could drive down to pick it up. My grandmother, in turn, offered to give me $4,500 to buy a new car. My mother tells me this, along with her plan on how she is going to use my money. The conversation went roughly like this. Entitled Mother, Gran said she wants to give you $4,500 for a car. That's cool and all, but do you think they will find the car? Entitled Mother, ignoring me like usual. What I'll do is fix the oil leak on this car, from when she drove after a surgery instead of calling me and crashed, $800. And then pay off my boss, and then ask Gran to co-sign a car for me, and I'll make the payments and you can drive this car. 2003, always needing a fix. Well, how much do you owe your boss? Entitled Mother, $3,000. No. Entitled Mother, what do you mean no? Well, I don't get anything out of that. It's not my fault that you owe that much money and have debt up the butt because you keep buying furniture or shoes you never wear. Literally dozens of brand new shoes that sit in their box while I wear the same 2 to 3 pairs for the past 2 years. Because if I want new shoes, I need to buy them. Entitled Mother, then I won't have a car to drive to work and you'll have to take me and pick me up every day. Well, I'm sorry, but if anyone's going to have her co-sign, it's going to be me. You have terrible credit, I have no credit. I want to build my credit and have something of my own. Your $3,000 debt is not my fault, and you're going to use my car money and make promises you can't realistically keep. And I'm not driving an unreliable car that you ruined. At this point, she just starts screaming about how selfish I am and that she's only in debt because of me. She picked an expensive place to live so she wouldn't have to spend an extra $100 on gas per week, even though we pay around $1,000 more on rent than if we just lived 45 minutes away from her work rather than 10. She buys herself clothes and shoes and jewelry that she never wears because she never goes out. She drinks tons of beer and lounges around after work until she goes to bed. Lazy sound familiar? Did I mention she has a desk job? She keeps using Fingerhut to buy Ninja Kitchen stuff or swaps out furniture because you can buy moderately expensive items on payment plans. Except they add about $100 to $300, which she would rather pay to get the item now than save and get it later. I have no idea if my grandmother is giving us check or cash, but I hope it's a check in my name, as my mom would not give it to me otherwise. She'd say something like, "You're irresponsible, I'll hold on to it," or "I already told you I'm using the money." Do you know how stupid that would make us look to my grandmother? She would never offer to help us again because she would feel scammed. I would be out of a car and unable to fulfill the promotion demands. I'll be stuck in the same boat I am now, giving all my money to my mom and not having a penny to my name a week later. I'll update this post when something happens, like getting the money or, hopefully, the stolen car being found and getting that. Edit to clarify, the rent is not just $1,250. Rent is around $2,200. It may seem a lot for an apartment, but it's actually a really nice 2-floor townhouse with community amenities, security, and a gate, vaulted ceilings, good location that stays cool in summer, and I now get to have my own bedroom, which I have never really had for myself until I was 19, and a personal bathroom and shower and walk-in closet. I pay half the rent and give her money for car insurance because she has a great driving record, and it is cheaper to have me on hers than my own. Edit 2. She won't steal my car, that would be pointless. She can't sell a stolen car. My county's really good on that. Unfortunately, the car I should be getting, which is stolen, is 2 counties away where car theft is common. She doesn't want my car, she just wants the money because it's already coming. Unfortunately, even 24 days after the original post was put up, we still have no clue if he was able to get his car money. That was the last update on this post, so hopefully he got his car money and his mom got financial help. That's all for this video today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up to show me that you did. And if you're not already subscribed, please just hit that subscribe button, it'll really help me out. Plus, if you're a subscriber, you'll be automatically entered in to win an Amazon gift card. So make sure you're subscribed, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.